This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heartmans. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
This is so humbling to see you guys turn up for us to heal. This is the first of its kind in Africa. Yes. In Africa, we minimize psychological well-being. We equate it to craziness. We diss each other. It is so unfortunate that we are so behind. We rank last economically in the world. Okay, bad news. We are the poorest. And one reason is because we don't heal. Yes, true. One reason is because we glorify alcoholism and chaos, wife battering, drunkenness, chaos. It's called culture. Yes, true. Very unfortunate. We are so behind. And yet, what we needed to was to unveil who we are. I want to tell you 3 P's of healing in this session. And in the next afternoon, I'll tell you another part. So this now, I just want to tell you the process of healing. The process of healing. And in the process, I just want you to write the first P is project. Your healing should be a project. You must decide it to be a project. I will start with the project. Next, process. You are repeating the word process, but don't get confused. Or procedure. You feel like you just make it a procedure. The third P will be promotion. Promotion. Your healing should be number 1, a what? Let's talk about project. And I want you to look at this very well. All right. I'm waiting for your faces. Don't write everything. I want to write it in the tablet of your heart. We are recording it, we'll put it on YouTube. So don't bother recording with your phone. Nowadays we don't interact, we put phones in between us. Even when we are eating, it's between us. When we are talking, I'm recording you. When you're watching, you're recording. Who are you recording for and you are here? Look at the madness. Don't let the phone replace your life. Are we together? Yes. Record things into you, not the phone. When you go for games, watch the game. Yes. Who are you recording for? Nowadays you're not even sure when you're talking, people are not recording you. It's very scary. You're talking and they're recording on the other hand. That's why we put even, this call is being recorded. You disconnect because you did not ask me. Why is it a project? Many of us are here and my team was reminding me, remember today you are meeting the good-hearted people. In therapy we say most of the time people come to therapy to deal with other people who will never come for therapy. Many of you are here to deal with somebody who will never come. And I hope after I'm done with you, you never have to deal with them again. Today I'm dealing with the good-hearted. The ones who gave and gave, they were responded to with an insult, they were kicked in return, they were trampled underfoot, they were left bleeding. Now they paid for a doctor, they traveled, they went so far to go get healed. After the one who healed them is left there belching and eating and to the pig. After hurting you, taking advantage of you, and I am sorry they made you think that your good heart is a weakness. The answer was to make your recovery a decision. That's the first thing. Make your recovery a decision. It will never happen because of time. Many people think, I took time. Time is only a metric, like 3 meters. 3 hours and 3 meters are the same. They're just metrics. 3 hours and what? 3 meters. They're just, what is common between them? Metric. Because it's 3 meters of what? Of land? Of cloth? Of a tree? 3 hours of what? Of sleeping? Of eating? 3 years of what? Of running? Of hiding? 3 years. I took 3 years to do what? To hide. To bury yourself in work. To forget. To suppress. You take 3 years. You take 3 hours, you take a Saturday, you invest some money. It is a decision to heal. You take time to heal. So it should be a decision. Now that you've decided that it's a project undertaking, I want to tell you the investment you do in it. So we are saying it should be a decision. If you just wait until you're 40, you reach 40 and you're still longing for your mother's validation. You reach 50 still remembering the stupid words your dad repeated every day. You'll be 50 still crying the way you used to cry in your bedroom, locked when you hear dad and mom struggling in the bedroom and you wonder whether somebody's getting killed. You will reach 38 still crying like a Form 2, the way you'd cry in your boarding school, because some of you are dumped in boarding when you were class 2. What was it, by the way? Why were we dumping children when they were so young? It looked fashionable, eh? Parents, they wanted space away from you. And they could not deal with you and face you. They didn't want children around. And they dumped you in a boarding school. Now you have no connection at all with the parents. You feel a deep sense of loneliness. The following are the signs that you need to hear. I know you came today. Many of you, you don't have an active pain. When you talk about healing, the first thing that comes to mind is bleeding and the pain and the throbbing ache, isn't it? That's the first thing that comes to mind. If you are in that place, thank you for coming. But most of us, we were resistant when you had the word healing. I was forced to therapy myself because I registered for masters and they said you need 25 hours compulsory personal therapy. But for what? You know, I've been just reading, I've been working on myself, I'd read some books, I'm okay. In fact, I cannot tell you, I'm happy, I'm in a good place. No, 25 hours. And then went to PhD, we were told 50. So I have under me 75 hours of personal therapy, and I tell you, I needed it more than anybody else. The first counselor told me to tell her the story of my life. And I told her, okay, I came from this home, a very drunkard dad. You know, there are some fathers who drink, and there are those who help others drink. So my father was the second type. Not only drink, but give the alcohol to others, brewing it for them. Many people are killed by abuse, but because the real disease was a disease, the things are swept on the carpet. And those who know, they know that person was weakened by abuse. Those who know, they know it was not cancer, it was depression. Those who know, they know. She gave up. She was so stressed. She was, yes, diabetic. Yes, she was pressure and all that. But the way she was stressed, she gave up on life. That man went down. And thank you, brothers, for coming. There's a brother at the corner there. My brother, how are you? The story is changing. Daddies are talking healing. Clap for my brother. Thank you for leading the way, bro. Thank you for leading the way. Your sons, your daughters will not have to heal for having you as a dad. Because you are healing, you're going to heal them. If hurting people can hurt people, healed people can heal people. You came to heal so that you can heal. You will talk healing from today. You will speak positive from today. You will not call your child a dog casually. Why would they call us dogs casually? Why would they insult you with your mother and yet they chose the mother? Have you ever wondered? They're so angry against the husband. They keep insulting me after the husband, and I was not there when they chose each other. What kind of contradiction is this? The first sign that you need to make healing your project is when you have a pain. But psychological pain does not look like physical pain. So I want to describe it. Number one is a low self-esteem. Number one is what? Many of you have mastered how to look confident. You're looking at me looking all proper and brushed up and okay. But if I put you in a room where you're supposed to ask for the right salary, to ask the right question, to ask the right treatment, to say no to disrespect. If I put you in a place, in circumstances require you to even bargain, tell the conductor in a car, you know, they're overcharging you. If you have to defend yourself, you find yourself unable to. That is the first sign of low self-confidence. You cannot put yourself forward and take a stand. You fear conflict. You fear disagreement. You think you lose yourself. You think you'll be overwhelmed. That's the first sign. The second sign is low self-esteem. Any lack of confidence, any lack of strength to put yourself forward, to assert yourself. Many of you are still being paid 30% of what your colleagues who are doing the same job are being paid. And you are aware of it. You don't want to bring up the discussion lest you get fired. The second sign that you need healing is when you have pervasive fear pervasive fear. Fear that cuts in every area of your life. Fear of darkness, fear of the lift, fear of blood, fear of chicken, fear of cockroach. Those are phobias, and sometimes they don't come from trauma. But if you are fearing everything, most of us fear crawling things. It's not always a sign of trauma. But if you have a phobia for everything, phobia is a sign of fear. So let's go to other fears. You have too many phobias that... Have you ever hosted a guest who made it very difficult to host them because they don't eat avocado, they don't eat onion, they don't eat tea, they don't drink milk, they don't drink this, they don't drink that. So they leave you how many options? When you finally figure, okay, so ugali mala. Sorry, acidic, is it acidic? Mala is acidic by nature. So, if you also fear, you fear everything until your life has been confined to a very narrow space. You fear getting sick, infected, what they call OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. It's a complication of fear. You clean and clean again and arrange and you can't delegate to your house help to watch the baby, to handle this. You are here and you are holding your phone because you are still micromanaging the nanny. Switch off that phone. I want to cure you. Stop taking poison when you are at the doctor's office. What's wrong with you? So, if you cannot delegate and rest, being cheated on is not good. But you have feared being broken your heart, being betrayed so much that you have never trusted people to love you. You fear love. You fear trusting. You fear resting. You fear engagement. You fear partnership. If you have a pervasive fear, you need healing. Are we together? The third symptom that you need healing is that when you have too many physical ailments, too many, when you can't remember the last time you were healthy, you have a small pharmacy at home. And it's not seasonal. You know, sometimes you can have a season. But this has been perennial. And because your mother was like that, you think it is genetic. Did you know many physical ailments, especially when you are young, are a sign of high level of stress, high levels of cortisol, stress hormones, anxiety, uncertainty, lack of support, lack of hope? Psychologists have shown that when you don't have a close friend you can trust, your body will experience anxiety, panic attacks, because it knows you are not safe, you have no support. By just breaking up with your best friend, with a person you used to like, and now you have nobody to call when you are hurt, you have nobody to trust, you can start having anxiety attacks, panic attacks, sleeplessness. You start seeing shadows in the dark. You start sleeping with the lights on. Lights on, not this bedside. If you find that your life is characterized by so many ailments, you need healing, and not just physical. Until doctors have no diagnosis. Actually, psychogenic, psychopathic, psychological conditions do not have diagnosis. Doctors only manage the symptoms. They take a scan, they say you're perfect, and you feel like kicking them. I'm not perfect, I'm in pain. But the scans show you have no physical problem. If you cannot trace a time you had a peaceful health, and this is not traceable to one condition. If you have one, let's say an autoimmune condition that is causing others, it's okay. But these things are migrating from flu to migraine, to the other, to this, to that, to that. You need healing. Decide on healing. If you are here and you also know, I don't have time to list all the things, but other symptoms that you need healing is when you have had similar breakups. You're broken up with the people in a similar way. If you have had rejections that felt like a copy-paste, a repeat. Some of you have taken a break for 5 years, and when you came back, you repeated the same thing. Some of you took away and decided, I'll do this. And brothers, men were told that younger girls were safer, so they went to the younger girls. Who are, yes, I love you too. Okay, yes, it's okay, it's all right, yeah. The younger girls. Only to realize she was accepting because she was a blank check. Later on, she gained a personality. She developed a voice. And when her personality showed, she was a wild thing. Brothers, I hope by now you're not dating a girl who's 22, 23, 24. Psychologically, both men and women mature at 25. Socially speaking, after 25, men still need another 5 years of cycle to reach around 30 when they can determine career and the type of women, the body size, the body shape, the this, the money, before they can commit to one woman. Don't waste time with the 26-year-old boys. They are admiring your maturity because you resemble their mother, but they cannot handle what you need. You have what they admire, but they have nothing of what you need. Are we together? Some of you have already been given character development. So many men, because you are told, these women already set in their ways, forget this order, God for the younger. You know, those times people are marrying women to suppress them. You, if you want a friend and a companion, you should find a woman who has a personality, who has developed to know what she wants. When she obeys, when she's cooperative indeed. The college girl was cooperative because she did not have a better option than you, and she was just finding a father figure in you, just finding emotional infatuation in you, comfort in you. Then you are told, make her pregnant, break your leg, then you make her pregnant. And then she comes to your home. And you have 2 children now. The mother of the other child, and then the child and the other child. Then you have 2 child, then 2 children, and then they cannot handle stress. They are always suspicious, paranoid, cannot say no to their mother, can't control the family interference, cannot handle money, cannot rest at night. She may even resort to drinking and partying, and she makes your life upside down. So the hunter becomes the hunted. But the brother needs to look strong, so he keeps looking, keeping a tight face in front here, saying, yes, only to go home to chaos. The reason men go to club to while away time, waiting for the problem to sleep. But the problem does not sleep. He goes home and the problem wakes up. And brothers are sleep deprived out here. Many of them are not getting a side chick. They just wanted that house they can be going to sleep. And they create another problem there, thinking that one was here to help you. She also had her agenda. And she sees you as a resource. And she gets another child for you. So an otherwise organized brother is a baby man, has 3 babies out there, and he has nowhere to rest. Many women, no home, no peace. So he started with a misguided notion that the woman who does not know herself is safe. Women who don't know themselves are not safe because they have not settled, they have not arrived. They are as fluid as water. What was Simeon told by the father? Because you slept with my woman, you lacked sexual discipline, you lacked self-control. Because you climbed onto my bed, you are unstable as water, and therefore you shall not excel. Do not get a woman who is unstable. You will not excel. She'll be shifting like quicksand. You know you need healing when you have had similar experiences with many women. Landing here, temporary peace, chaos erupts, land there. Temporary peace, chaos erupts, land there. Temporary peace. You need healing. And for you, sister, there are ladies who are here and they have left a man sleeping in their bed, holding a remote, and you are to leave him pocket money and the food. Housing him now, my boyfriend. Somebody you can't introduce. People keep mistaking him for your driver, and you are embarrassed. You start correcting them. And similar experiences with the men who have no energy, no drive. They promise you, they come with a lot of energy and love and romance, and you fall for it because you're very hungry and you have been lonely for long. Maybe this is the time, and your mother is pressuring you and people asking you, are you man enough? You accept, and then he goes back to the same, like the first baby daddy. Laid back at home, complaining, guilt tripping you, hiding your car keys, has no job, still applying, failure, excuses, in debt, in secret, drinking till late, cheating on you, beating you up, eating your money, taking loans, stealing your credit card. And that the same story. And you wonder, who bewitched me? So you go to the preacher. I have seen your star being captured. Bring 700,000. You need healing. If you have had similar experiences with different people, the solution is that your software is broken. Your healing should become a project. If you have any of those symptoms, and if you're like me, my symptom was the most sinister. Many of you have it. Oh, any lawyer here? Any learned friend? The medical field, engineers. If you are in any field that is reputed to be intellectual, let me tell you, Intellectuals use intellectual life as a hiding place, a refuge to avoid feeling, to avoid admitting pain. So they cannot accept that their father was not there for them. Polygamous fathers have no time for children. Children are a labor force and a sign of prestige. So they don't see you personally. They only take pride when you're making them proud. Shine. When you get good grades in school, you make them to be appreciated. So they are called to go and receive prize giving. And they praise you how good a parent they are. And then there you have some attention because you performed. When you perform, you are their favorite child. But you are just an accolade. You are not a human being whom they see. They don't have time for you when you are failing. Only when you bring them glory. So you are never loved. In fact, performing children were conditioned to find importance only when they are performing. So you are still overperforming today. You are still sending that daddy money and he's drinking. You are still building them house, giving them car, doing this, building tank, latrine. You are conditioned to perform so you can be likable. You need healing. For me, my problem was we were told that when you perform academically, that's when we are likable. So we went all out, all out. You don't even do medicine because you like it. You don't even do engineering because you like it. You do it because it makes you feel important. Some things you need in this life by nature. How God created you, you need validation. What do you need? Validation. You're not weak for needing to be told you are good enough. You're beautiful, you're handsome. I like you, I'm proud that you're my daughter. I can't wait to introduce you to the world. You were designed to be validated. Gladys, happy to see you. You are designed to be validated, Gladys. You are not weak for wanting to be told you are beautiful. That's your nature. The way you need oxygen, the same way you need food, that's how you need validation. Make peace with it, please. Stop being shamed for posting your photo and saying, I like this new me. That's okay, do it. It's okay to dance in the mirror. Oh my God, I like this guy. That's very okay. Men, that's very weird for us. Because men were not taught to get validation by themselves. Any girl would say, oh my God, he's so handsome. He falls for that woman even if she's a rattlesnake. Brothers. And I wrote something this morning. I don't know if the brothers saw it. I wrote something from brothers. Ladies who dress excessively sexy are not feminine. They are actually masculine and aggressive. She's using the body as a bait, as a weapon to trap you. Women who are safe for you are not excessively sexual because they also have treasure to protect. They dress attractive, balanced with self-respect and reservedness and moderation because she too has something to protect. The brazen woman has nothing to protect because she cannot convince you with her character. She uses her skin to confuse you. Remember the political slogan? If you can't convince them, confuse them. That's the slogan of the brazen woman. And we are saying, you should make it a project. And thank you for starting to. I'm hoping today this is there before your efforts at healing have been sporadic. At one moment when you had a rock bottom experience, you decided, no, I'm going to heal. Let me go to a counselor. You went once. You got some relief. You stopped. The way we have headache, doctor gives us medication for 7 days. You take first day, you feel good, you drop it. You've been behaving that way with your emotional wellness. You knew very well you need to start choosing how to live correctly. Stop binge drinking. Stop binge eating to run away from your sense of emptiness. You know you need healing when the experience are repeating and you should make it a project. That project should not be less than 1 year. Should not be less than 1 year of consistent daily activity that facilitate your wellness. If it is less than 1 year, it's a joke. You have been joking for so long. How many lifetimes do you have to joke with? Liz, you can't travel all this far and then you forget the effort the next day, isn't it? You'll have wasted too much. It took me a whole year. For me, all those hours, they took like 3 years, 4 years. And welcome, Faith. Happy to see you again. Next time you'll have recovered. Next time you will come ukikimbia. Ati, you know you're serious with it when you commit a year of daily activity that promote your wellness. Make it a project, a decision. If you have any of those symptoms, there's another symptom. We can't mention all of them, but I'm trying to entice you enough to enter the space. Another symptom is sense of emptiness. If every now and then you feel empty, you feel a yawning gap in you, hopelessness, confusion, lack of connectedness with yourself, You don't know your sense of meaning. So you drink to drown it away. You sleep with a woman, with a man to drown it away. You escape into something to drown it away. You need healing. That's one sign. The most common cause of emotional emptiness is mother wound. When your mother had a competition with you and she saw you as a threat, competition for attention with your dad, and she even accused you of being inappropriately close to your dad, or treated you like a co-wife, and critiqued your legs, critiqued your body, your hair, your dress, compared you unfavorably with your sisters, cut you down and reduced you. She could not accept anybody to compliment you. She would jump in. When your dad is calling for you, she jumps in. She behaved like another child and you were confused. You wanted to respect her, but her behavior was so inconsistent, you did not know where to stand. If that was your experience, you're going to experience a sense of emptiness and being lost. Mother wounds caused an aching, knowing, G-N-A-W, a knowing, troubling sensation. If you have that uniquely, it's usually a mother wound. But the world worships mothers. Mother's Day, respect your mother. She's still your mother anyway. She carried you 9 months. She brought you to the world. She is your second God. How many gods do you have anyway? The world worships mothers, and those who have been wounded by their mothers are alone in their suffering. I validate you today. Some mothers are psychopathic. They gave birth, but they cannot give life. They are biologically capable, but they don't have the emotional security to nurture you and validate your experience. The other sign common about father wound. Father wound now. When your daddy was absent, physically present but emotionally detached, cheating out there, insecure, lost in alcoholism, lost in other women, just unaware, not lacking the emotional intelligence to validate you. When you did not have a father, you feel, okay, the opposite of anchored. When you have a father connection, you feel anchored and a belonging. So when you don't have a father validation, you feel lost in the world. That's the opposite of anchored. You feel homeless. You rush to cohabit with anyone to feel like you have a home. You rush to accept anyone to feel like you have a home. Because you cannot, that problem does not carry the term father with F, dad with D, does not usually identify itself. It's one of the most undiagnosed. It causes some of the worst suicidal thoughts when you feel like this world is not your home, you're misplaced. It's also, in my experience, the leading cause of transgender, gender confusion. Am I likable? Some fathers preferred the daughter and they did not give attention to the son. That son will feel homeless and unwanted in this world. So he will not just want to sleep with the women, he will want to become a woman, because the woman was likable, the girl was likable to the dad. So he wants to become dad. He wears innerwear for girls. He starts admiring to become a girl. So the most gender confusion is a father issue. If you know that, you stop scratching identity issue with a sex too, with a transgender too, with a homosexual too. What is aching you is, Daddy, can you see me? Am I likable? Do you love me? Am I good enough? Daddy, can you see me? That's what your inner child is. Daddy, I'm here. Can you see me? The late Lucky Dube sang some of his immortal songs concerned the father. Daddy, wherever you are, remember me. You have heard of that song? When he was a boy, Daddy left to go with another woman. He was left with his dad and running up and down the street of Soweto looking for... Running up and down the streets of Soweto looking for... for so many years, wherever you are, remember me. Just... When I finally found you, the woman you were with was not kind at all. Wherever you are, remember me. That was one of his immortal songs. To this day. Later on, when he grew up, daddies did what they usually do when they grow old and they need care. They look for you now. And then he sang another song called You Know Where to Find Me. You know where to find me when you wanna talk to me. You remember the rhythm now. Everywhere you go, you leave women crying after you. I tried to find you many years ago. You know where to find me. I needed you back then. I said, I used to need you when I was a little boy. I look for you so much. I no longer need you. Many of us today, I want to assure you that if he is looking for you, when you no longer need him, you no longer need him. Don't bring him to your house. Don't start bathing him. Don't start sacrificing your life for his later years. Let him reap what he sowed. He left you for the dead. He should not care whether you are alive or dead. This is not revenge. This is reality. You should recognize that you carry his genes and his frame and give honor for what honor he deserves. But don't take over his life. He abandons you when you are young. He causes you suffering when you are young. He should not cause you suffering also when you are old. Don't help people more than God has helped them. One king was asked by a certain woman, "Oh, king, help me, king." There was a lot of famine in Samaria, and the women people were selling cow dung, duff, droppings of birds and droppings of animals as food. The woman answered the way I want you to be answering people. If God has not helped you, how will I help you? Some people are God forsaken, and you should not take over where God did not even go. The saying is, only fools rush where angels fear to tread. If the person cannot be heard by God, neither should you hear them. And we are not saying you become judgmental or hardlining. That's not what we are saying. We are saying if there is no relationship, let them not try to harvest where they deposited nothing. Are we together? Give what you feel in your spirit you should give. Not exploitation, manipulation, guilty tripping. The world tells you, but he's still your father. But he never played my father. He was my sire bull, not my father. His sperm donor donated and left. In any case, I suffered for his absence. And I will give what I can give from a distance. Don't take over the lives of people who are reaping what they sowed. God established a rule that for as long as the earth endures, Genesis 8:22, seed time and harvest, dark at night, day and night, shall never cease. Why are you trying to interfere with the laws of God? Learn the lesson. Help them from over there. You know the traditional way, they usually chased away from them Mpango wa Kando after they don't have money, and then they come home with a paper bag trying to go back to the wives they despised. And when we are talking in cities and these conversations, the women there are saying, if he comes back, it means you have won. No, I don't want remains. I've already moved on. He's coming back where? When you get married, we are getting married to stay in marriage together. When you vacate, the marriage has also died. I've also vacated to my other side of life. Even if this was my investment, many homes are made by the woman. The man is just there honorable. So she built the house. So sometimes she cannot leave. He is the one to leave. This is her investment. So she may stay there physically, but financially, this is her investment. So she may not leave. Decide if you feel like you have a father wound. You feel like you are lost in the world. Your career feels foreign and external. You're watching life like a movie. You go home to stare from the seat for hours. And you're just there watching life. You go to work because you need money to survive, but you are robotic in it. Robotic. Some of you are married, but you're performing the motions of marriage. You don't know what they call sexual pleasure. Just do it dutifully, out of duty. For brothers, that's very difficult because in order for a brother to perform, some things should be in place. If they are not in place, Arsenal will not play Man U and sisters can pretend. They can just go through the motion. They are not there. But brothers, we can't, unfortunately. You must do something. So, if you have been going through the motions, make healing your project. Make recovery your project. So what is the process now? What is the procedure? This is the procedure of healing. Now that you've decided you're going for the surgery, I'm not okay. I'm limping. I think I'm not okay. I don't know what it is. Procedure number one is assessment and diagnosis. Assessment and diagnosis. Get a person who can diagnose you accurately. Anybody who is in the health sector, I don't know if Faith of McDento has arrived. I have a friend doctor who can confirm that with treatment begins the diagnosis. Yeah, she's coming. Treatment begins the diagnosis, the biggest problem. In fact, if you're thinking of business, can you start a diagnostic center? You make a lot of money without doing any procedure, by the way. Diagnosis is the biggest challenge in medical world. Not treatment, imagine. The most expensive equipments are not the ones that do surgery, are the ones that scan for the problem. Your healing should start with an accurate description of the problem. Those of us who practice psychological diagnosis, many times we give diagnosis for free because diagnosis is the first convincing information that you should invest in healing. Sometimes by just examining. I was so resistant to go for therapy, but when the counselor said I should tell them the story of my life and the measuring of my father was and all that, she said, you think what you experienced was normal because that's all you know. She said the most unfortunate thing in this world is that you are dropped in one home, one environment. You are not given a chance to compare it with other environments in the world. You may see other children in school, but you don't get to experience the internal environments of their home. The internal environment you know of your home becomes the only one you have. So you tend to think the whole world is like that. She said, I want you from today, learn to do mirroring. Say mirroring. Mirroring is when you stand in front of the mirror of a friend, of a mentor, of an expert, of a book, of a person, and compare what they're describing with what you know. If there's a discrepancy between a respectable person's explanation of what normal is, she said you should come out of there with suspicion. With what? Suspicion. When you notice that your face has something you can't see in anybody, you may not have diagnosis, but at least you have a what? Suspicion. A disturbance. When we went to run for primary school cross country, after running 1 kilometer, I would start wheezing like a donkey. Wee. I was smoking at home as part of stress management. Brothers, smoking and alcohol many times is an escape from stress. It adds you another stress. Although it gives you a temporary high, it leaves you with another problem. The trauma you are trying to avoid and the addiction you have now created. Problem number 2. The addiction usually needs money to sustain, needs secrecy to sustain. So it's a problem that makes you feel guilty. The first one was not yours, it was caused many times parental, environmental. That counselor said, when you realize that what people are describing, because other children at school, I could see the parents coming to visit them. 2 parents, they sit, they have dinner, they have food, they're taking photos, and as we are there, me and my friend from the same village, we would share one mother. Mothers were alternating. The fathers had no business coming. We share one mother, and people did not notice our mothers were changing, thank God. She said, whenever you notice that the experience of the vast majority is different from yours, you don't end up with a conclusion, because again, you don't want to comply with everything the world is doing, but you should interrogate. Is my experience normal? She said, for a man to be beating his wife, the way your dad was beating your mom, you saw your mom being beaten, she was pregnant between 3 men who are grown, big, your dad and your 2 stepbrothers, and she's crying, she's helpless, and you're there holding a kabakuli of food, and you're crying helpless, a 2-3-year-old. That is not normal. That is called trauma, fear. That is called helplessness. Compare your experience with another person who you think is adjusted, and they look at peace. There are things you don't have. A colleague who sits next to you at work, and that colleague has such a composure. You just admire them. They are not panicky. They are summoned by HR. And they don't start sweating, visiting the washroom 3 times like yourself. Preparing for their summons tomorrow by HR. The friend, oh, it's 10. I was to see someone 10. Thank you, I'm back, I'll be back. And they go to the HR, calm, and they come back. Smith looks like he can do that. This guy, very composed. No big issue. Come a job in Asian is how, we'll adjust. No problem. I know what I bring. If you have a friend you admire because of their composure, talk to them and mirror your levels of fear and panic about losing job, being disapproved, being picked on. You may have noticed a friend being picked on by the same bully who bullies everyone. Picks on you. Some of you here, the moment you change hair on Monday, the discussion by the HR that day will be about hair and how you people are not focusing on work here. They just try to decorate themselves. Who are they competing? And you watched your friend just shaking, in fun, just at peace while they're being picked on. The day you were picked on yourself, you are falling apart. You did not eat for a week. You did not sleep. You needed prayers and exorcism, surely. Ask them, how come you don't get panicky when they are bullying you and see it? Say, that's their problem. Some of these people can't allow their problems to become. But where did you get that from? And then they ask you, growing up, what language did you hear most? Yeah, my mom was always saying, which cloth fits me? I said, nothing fits me. I'm not like my sisters. How come I'm always getting a D? And I was always on the edge. I could not get them to approve. That is the problem. You were introduced to criticism, and criticism breaks you down every time. Mirroring is a sure bet. Because we are not an island, we live among other people. The time you see that people have a quality you don't have, hear their experience. When you realize they have a strength that is just foundational where they came from, Some of them can tell you, I also used to have a lot of panic attacks. I could not compose myself until I learned to just let things slide and compose myself. So it is learnable. Mirroring is the best way because we are always living among other people. You can see a neighbor who you hardly hear whether they are around. A neighbor will just have a peace, calm. They don't complain about the 1 shilling petrol that the price went up by a shilling. They're not there complaining. They don't go for the maandamano to express bitterness and risk their life. It's okay to have political opinions, but you don't risk your life because of politics. And this country was here. People die and are buried, and the one you died for does not even show up for the burial. So people suffer there. You don't lift stones to throw at cars. The reason many graduates will never have any cars because they were stoning cars when they were students. This life has energies. What you plant, you will reap it. You stoned an innocent car on Thika Highway because you were in KU. You were angry with your VC, and the poor woman was driving from her own business, from her own, and you threw stones, and you expect one day to be blessed with the same thing you cast. Tell our young ones that this world, whatever goes around, comes around.